Hollywood's leading men are forever chasing youth, but the scalpel's promise often comes with a price. From chiseled heroes to unrecognizable figures, these actors gambled with their faces in the name of perfection. This is a countdown of the 15 male actors who took plastic surgery too far, and the startling transformations that defined their then and now. Before we continue revealing which stars altered their looks the most, if you're fascinated by the high-stakes world of Hollywood transformations, make sure you're subscribed. Hitting that like button and ringing the bell ensures you won't miss our deep dives into the secrets behind the fame. John James. For fans of classic daytime drama, he was the quintessential heartthrob, the handsome and brooding Jeff Colby on the iconic series Dynasty. With his full head of dark hair and strong, masculine jawline, he embodied 80s glamour. For decades, he maintained a relatively natural look, aging gracefully into a distinguished older gentleman. However, in recent years, a drastic change has left fans concerned and almost unable to recognize him. Public appearances now show a face pulled taut, with a waxy, immobile quality that has erased the expressive charm he was once known for. His eyes appear perpetually surprised, and his cheekbones are unnaturally high and sharp. From a daytime drama heartthrob to a big-screen action legend, our next star traded his rugged, iconic features for a startlingly smooth new look. Sylvester Stallone. The man is an icon of American cinema, the living embodiment of the underboxer Rocky Balboa and the relentless John Rambo. His face was his legacy, a map of grit, determination, and hard-won battles, complete with a distinctive droopy eye and a voice that was permanently rugged. For a man who built a brand on toughness, his recent transformations have been jarring. His once expressive, lopsided smile has been replaced by disproportionately full, almost pouty lips. His skin appears stretched and shiny, eliminating the weathered character that defined his most famous roles. Fans have speculated that his wife, Jennifer Flavin, a former model with deep knowledge of the beauty industry, may have influenced his decisions. While one action hero smoothed out his edges, another from the world of independent film saw his raw talent become overshadowed by a dramatically altered appearance. Eric Roberts, an actor of immense and often untamed talent, the older brother of Julia Roberts, has hundreds of film credits to his name. In his youth, he possessed a raw, all-American handsomeness that made him a star in films like The Pope of Greenwich Village. Age, and perhaps a tumultuous lifestyle, began to show, leading to a series of surgical interventions that have dramatically altered his appearance. His face now carries a puffy, uneven texture, with lips that are distractingly oversized for his features. The work seems to fight against his natural bone structure, creating a mask-like effect that can be unsettling to watch on screen. Moving from a prolific character actor to an international martial arts sensation, the next entry redefined his entire chiseled face, leaving fans stunned. Jean-Claude Van Damme. The Muscles from Brussels was the epitome of a certain kind of movie star in the 1990s. With his high cheekbones, striking blue eyes, and perfectly sculpted physique, he was a global sex symbol and martial arts legend. His look was specific and iconic. Today, that face is almost entirely gone. Van Damme has openly admitted to getting work done, stating he wanted to look better for his then-wife, Gladys Portuguese. The results, however, have been widely criticized. His eyes now have a permanently startled fox eye lift. His skin is taut to an unnatural degree, and his features have a homogenized, almost androgynous quality. From the world of high-kicking action to the smooth sounds of soft rock, our next entry is a music icon whose face now tells a very different story. Barry Manilow. While primarily a music legend, his face has been in the public eye for 5 decades. The singer of timeless hits like Mandy and Copacabana was known for his warm, kind eyes and a slightly goofy, approachable handsomeness. In the 2000s, he began a visible and radical transformation. His once prominent nose was whittled down to a tiny, refined slope. A series of facelifts have pulled his skin back so severely that his ears now appear pointed, giving him an almost elfin look. Combined with the heavy use of fillers, his face has lost its natural expressiveness. Leaving the music stage behind, we turn to reality television, where one famous dad completely overhauled his relatable image. John Gosselin. First rising to fame on the reality show John and Kate Plus 8, he was initially known as the affable, if sometimes overwhelmed, father of 8. With his receding hairline and average dad physique, He was a relatable television figure. After his very public divorce from Kate Gosselin, he embarked on a complete lifestyle and image overhaul that included extensive cosmetic surgery. He underwent a dramatic hair transplant, a series of facial fillers, and what appears to be eyelid surgery. We're just getting to the most shocking transformations on our list. If you're as captivated by these dramatic changes as we are, show your support by liking this video and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think has changed the most? Now, back to the countdown. Donatello Versace. As a key figure in the global fashion empire founded by his brother Gianni, Donatello has always lived in the spotlight of beauty and aesthetics. Over the years, his attempts to preserve his looks have become increasingly extreme. His face is now a testament to the dangers of over-procedure, appearing bloated and waxy, with features that seem to be merging together from the sheer volume of fillers. His lips are disproportionately large, and his cheekbones are unnaturally high and sharp. He has become a walking advertisement for surgical excess, a tragic figure in the world of high fashion, where the pressure to maintain a youthful appearance seems to have overridden all sense of natural aging. From the calculated world of fashion to the unpredictable realm of Hollywood wildcards, our next actor's face tells a story of accident and choice. Gary Busey. Known for his intense, off-kilter performances and a personality that is equally unpredictable, Busey's look has always been part of his brand. A devastating motorcycle accident in the late 1980s severely damaged his face and required extensive reconstructive surgery, which undoubtedly set him on a difficult path. However, in the years since, he has opted for additional cosmetic work that has compounded the issues. His face now has an asymmetrical, lumpy quality, and his dentures are often ill-fitting, creating a jarring visual. While some of his appearance is a result of his accident, the subsequent cosmetic choices have created a final product that is often difficult for fans to look at, transforming him from a character actor into a caricature of his former self. Our next entry is a true legend from Hollywood's golden age, whose later years became a cautionary tale about fighting time itself. Mickey Rooney. A true legend of Hollywood's golden age, his career spanned an incredible 9 decades. From a charismatic child star to a beloved elder statesman of film, his face was familiar to generations. In his later years, however, he became an example of plastic surgery gone wrong. He admitted to having multiple facelifts and procedures in an attempt to stay relevant and working. The result was a tight, mask-like face that did not match his aging hands and body, creating a dissonant and often sad image. His eyes appeared to be pulled into a permanent squint, and his smile seemed strained. From a beloved veteran to a famously brutal judge, our next star swapped his signature scowls for a strangely smooth new facade. Simon Cowell. The sharp-tongued music and television mogul built his empire on his brutal honesty. For years, his look was as consistent as his critiques. Dark shirts, high-waisted trousers, and a face that was aging naturally, complete with wrinkles and jowls. Then, around 2020, he re-emerged with a face that shocked the world. He has openly admitted to using various cosmetic procedures, but the extent of the change is staggering. His once droopy eyes are now wide and upturned. His skin is porcelain smooth and oddly shiny, and his mouth has a permanent, tight smile. He has lost the expressive, often grumpy demeanor that was central to his brand. The journey of our next actor is particularly poignant, moving from a beloved TV child star to a figure altered by personal demons and surgical intervention. Todd Bridges. Forever. Remembered as the cool, stylish Willis Jackson on the classic sitcom Different Strokes, Bridges was a heartthrob for a generation. His youth was marked by a bright smile and handsome, soft features. His life after the show was turbulent, involving struggles with addiction to a white powder that took a severe toll on his health and appearance. In an attempt to reverse the damage and the effects of aging, he has undergone significant cosmetic work. His face now appears puffy and filled with a texture that seems uneven. Next, we look at a symbol of classic Hollywood masculinity. A man whose iconic swagger was ultimately betrayed by his own changing reflection. Burt Reynolds. In his prime, he was arguably the biggest movie star in the world. With his trademark mustache, winning smile, and unparalleled charisma, he was the definition of masculine sex appeal for the entire 1970s and 80s. In his later years, his attempts to hold on to that fading glory led him to the plastic surgeon's table. The results were disastrous. Multiple facelifts left his skin stretched taut, pulling his eyes into a squint and distorting his famous smile. His face lost its mobility and charm, becoming a waxy, unmoving mask. It was a tragic sight for those who remembered the smoldering star of Deliverance and Smokey and the Bandit. A clear example of how surgery can erase the very charisma a star is trying to preserve. As we approach our top 3, the transformations become truly unbelievable. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss our next expose on Hollywood's biggest secrets. Let's see who made the top of our list. Michael Jackson. The king of pop's transformation is the most documented and discussed in entertainment history. What began as subtle changes to his nose in the early 80s evolved into a decades-long radical alteration of his entire face. He underwent numerous rhinoplasties that eventually left him with a tiny skeletal nose that appeared to have no bridge. His skin lightening, a condition he claimed was vitiligo, combined with heavy makeup, created a pale, almost ethereal appearance. His chin was altered with implants, and his cheeks were sculpted into sharp points. By the time of his death in 2009, he was visually unrecognizable from the vibrant young black boy who fronted the Jackson 5. From the king of pop to a king of comedy, our next entry underwent a metamorphosis so extreme it completely reshaped his body and face. Carrot Top. Born Scott Thompson, the comedian was known for his wild, bright red hair and a prop-based comedy style. His physical appearance was always part of his act, a lanky, ginger-haired goofball. However, in the early 2000s, he underwent a metamorphosis that left fans and critics speechless. He transformed from a slender comedian into a massively muscular, bodybuilder-like figure, a change he attributes to hard work and dedication. But it's his face that sparks the most controversy. His features have become bloated and distorted, with a prominent square jaw and puffy cheeks that many experts attribute to the use of anabolic steroids and significant cosmetic fillers or implants. And now, the #1 entry, an actor whose surgical journey is perhaps the most disappointing, because it softened the intense, raw expressiveness that made him a legend. Al Pacino, an undisputed titan of acting. The star of The Godfather, Scarface, and Serpico possessed one of the most expressive and iconic faces in film history. His dark, intense eyes, prominent nose, and passionate scowl were his trademarks. Watching him age naturally through the 90s and early 2000s was to watch a master artist mature. However, in recent years, a drastic change has occurred. In his latest public appearances, his face appears frozen and puffy. His famous furrowed brow is now smooth and unmoving, and his eyes seem smaller, swallowed by filled cheeks and a tightened forehead. The work has softened the rugged, lived-in intensity that made his performances so powerful. For a man whose artistry is so deeply connected to his raw, unfiltered expressiveness, this surgical shift is seen by many as the greatest loss. Thank you for watching this journey through the most drastic plastic surgery transformations in Hollywood. It's a stark reminder that the pursuit of eternal youth can often come at the cost of one's unique identity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new video. See you in the next one.